If it's a day called today, we're talking guitars and life. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Man, today's the day. So we finally have a body for our single cut LP. Leo Jaymz Kit Guitar body is completed, at least as much as I can complete a guitar body. This was a kit build. There is a video playlist in the description below if you want to check the journey out. This is supposed to be a honey burst looking thing. It is the best that I could do for my first attempt, Jack. And I think it looks pretty good. Actually, I think it looks smoking hot, man. Put in the comments what you think about this color, how she looks, and all those things, man. In this video, what we're going to do is we are going to put the electronics in this guitar. And we're going to do that before we put the neck in, because the neck is still in development. You can see those videos also in the playlist. So we will be putting the electronics in this guitar. We can go ahead and test the electronics at that point as well, at least our wiring, to make sure that the switches do what the switch do and all that. And then later we will come back and we will glue the neck in, put some strings on it, and see if we indeed have a rock and roll machine or not, Jack. Hey man, come on the journey with me, man. Stick around. Let's have some fun. Well, it occurred to me that I did not divulge the source of the products that I used to create this awesome honey burst looking situation here. So what did I use? Well guys, when I say we have a budget channel, what I mean to say is we have a budget channel, Jack. And so truthfully, I purchase everything for the channel out of my own pocket. I'm not monetized. I don't make any bread doing any of this at all. And so in that spirit, I have to be what we'll call frugal in the interest of time. And you know, man, if I could afford to go out to Stew Back and buy, you know, little bottles of stuff at 30 bucks a pop or 40 bucks a pop, I would do that, but I do not. So what did I do? Well, I went out to Amazon and I got some Rit Dye, man. To create the honey burst, I used the golden yellow Rit, followed up with some Tangerine on the edges, and then I did cocoa brown or chocolate brown, and that's what created the color scheme. The tiger kind of stripes, that's just the veneer that they put on the kit. I think that stripes look pretty good. And then once I had all of my colors where I wanted them, so on the top I did the three dye colors. On the sides it was primarily the chocolate brown dye. On the back I did a mixture of the chocolate brown dye and I did not bring it over here, the Canadian maple Saman stain, just to give it a little bit of a different color, so textures and whatnot. So this is where we are with the project. We have the guitar body completed, and we have it all polished up. By way of finishing type things, I did what I would typically do, because Clear Coat and I have a tenuous relationship at best. Tru-Oil for the finish, about 4 or 5 applications. Tru-Oil 3/0 steel wool lightly, another layer of Tru-Oil, so on and so forth, and I topped all that off with feed and wax, which I know may be controversial, but it did give it, man, a silky smooth kind of feel. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with how this turned out. Well, let's throw some electronics on this bad boy. What do you think? Well, welcome back everybody. So I've got everything laid out here on the table with the exception of the guitar neck, which is drying after the last coat of Tru-Oil. And well, I may do a couple more after that. We'll just see how that shapes up. So, just to reiterate a couple of things from the unboxing and first impressions vid, you do get a user's manual with the kit. It mostly is about the assembly and the electronics. There's not any real instruction by way of whether or not the guitar is prepared for sanding or sealer or stain or anything like that. It's more about assembly than it is the condition of the body. So we will go to the book here in a couple minutes as we get to different parts. So I just want to kind of review what we got in the kit, just in case you've got $179 and you got to have a LP style kit guitar. This might be the way to go, Jack, or it might not be. So a couple of things that are sort of ancillary. It did come with a somewhat nice strap, nice cloth strap. So yeah, man, not your typical like vinyl kind of thing, but it's cloth. You do get a truss rod wrench. Again, this is 4 mil, and a guitar cord. And you do get a set of complimentary strings. I don't know that I will use these strings. We'll see about that when I string the guitar up. We do get quite a bit of copper shielding. Should you want to copper shield the cavities of this guitar, you could do that. We got 2 humbucker pickups. We've got 2 bridge and a tailpiece. Kind of a situation. I'm not taking any of this out of the wrappers at the moment, guys. I did it in the unboxing. Just kind of showing you what we've got. You've got 4 top hat knobs. Now, one of the things that I do have, about the only thing that I have for LP, is I do have some speed knobs that I purchased for the Harley Benton that I had a while back. And I prefer speed knobs, so I'm thinking either, really tempted to go this one, but maybe this one. It looks the same. It's basically the top hat, but kind of encased in kind of a plastic shell. Hey man, put in the comments, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the dark kind of amber or the gold? I'm kind of feeling this, man. But you know, it doesn't match anything else. But anyway, man, that's neither here nor there, nor was it in the kit. Just something I had on hand. Thought I would show those to you. I did. So I will sit those to the side. Well, I guess I can lay them up here on the guitar so we can be friends. There you go. All that there. Okay. Then you've got this thing. I am going to attempt to get away with not having this. I really don't like pick guards on LPs. That's just me. These plates are for the back control cavity covers. Man, this guy can't even talk. I know, right? Anyway, covers for the cavities of the back of the guitar. Wiring. So this came, everything was assembled, like everything was connected. So that didn't really make a lot of sense to me, because you're going to have to disconnect it to get it into the guitar. Maybe it was all connected because they tested it. That'd be cool if they did that. But so anyway, I've disconnected everything. So you've got your control, you've got your pickup selector switch, which will go up here. You've got your 2 pickups, and you've got your pots that will go down here to volume and 2 tones. And so you've got, look, these are dime size pots. And again, man, I say it all the time. If dime size pots work for you, man, rock those dime size pots, man. Don't think you have to upgrade pots to full size pots, man. You do you, man. Don't let anybody run any space in your head about what you need to do or have to do. All right. Now, so you've got your 4 pots, dime-sized pots. You've got a ground wire. In this particular guitar, the ground wire is going to come up, and it's going to go right here, and so to connect where the tailpiece is. Okay. And you've got your output jack already soldered and all that. So we'll follow the instructions in the book just to get a feel for if you got this kit, and maybe you did or did not know what you were doing. And those who watch the channel would think that I probably need the book. Hey, if it's your first time hanging out, man, come back anytime and hang out with us at TED Talks Guitars and Life. And the other cool thing about this, that I think all of the screws are in kind of independent sections and numbered, and the book will tell you what number to use for what set. The other thing that I have in my disposal, at my disposal, not in my disposal, that would be hard, is some poker chips. I don't know, man. Probably won't do a black poker chip here. I will use the poker chip that they provided because I think that that will match just about everything else. So that is the rundown of everything that was in the box. And again, everything but the neck. So because the neck is still drying and I'm still working on that, I kind of debated, you know, more than usually what I would have done. I would have started with the neck. Okay, let's get the neck in there and then do everything else. But since the neck is off drying and whatnot, having a little vacation from the action at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and drop all the electronics in this guitar, thinking that when I glue the neck in, it'll be just fine, although it may be a little precarious with a neck pickup in there. I may be rethinking things on the spot. Yeah, funny how that works out. But there are some things that I can do electronic-wise in the meantime. Maybe I can connect everything but the neck pickup and just kind of have the wire sticking out here so that I can just plug and get that seated in there. That's everything that came in the box. $179. We haven't heard it yet. The quality of parts, I mean, you know, man, it's a $179 kit guitar. The pots look like any kind of budget pots you would see, dime sized pots. The switches, it's what a switch is supposed to do. Doesn't feel horrible. And, you know, the output jack is the basic import jack that I've seen on every budget guitar that's come to the shop. So it's really not a big deal either. Anyway, guys, that's what's in the box. That's where we're going. That's what we're going to do, Jack. We're going to start putting this thing together. At least getting the foundation set up. If you like this kind of content, why don't you like the video? Consider subscribing to the channel. Come back anytime and hang out with us at TED Talks Guitars and Life. And now, let's get back to it. Okay. Hey, one of the things I forgot to mention when I was going through what you get in the kit, they actually sent strap lock mechanisms for your strap. So part of that goes on the strap, the other part goes in the guitar. Just helps with securing your guitar. So I forgot to point that out in the what's in the box recap in the last segment of this video. So let's get into it. So in the book on page 3, you have a list of things that you will need. A couple of kind of ruler, straight edge type mechanisms, screwdriver, some kind of clamp, a rubber mallet, which I happen to have. I'm assuming that's a paintbrush. I don't know what the jar is necessarily for. Maybe that's glue, I would think. Oh yeah. So that's a paintbrush or a glue brush, some glue, a truss rod key, which again was in this bag right there. That is to adjust the truss rod straightness. And apparently you'll need some scissors. So those are the tools. Now the first thing that the book would recommend is putting the guitar neck in the body. We are not going to be doing that because not only is the body still drying from Tru-Oil treatments, but I need to do a lot of fret work. Well, I say a lot. I need to level the frets. I've got about 4 or 5 high frets. That's enough for me just to level everything. And then I've got to treat the fret ends. I've got to polish them. File, crown, polish, condition, and clean the fingerboard, all the things. So the book would take you through putting the neck on first, and then putting the tuners in the headstock. So we're going to be doing some of this out of order. So just, be aware of that we're not following the book verbatim. So we are going to start here though. So I'm going to flip the guitar over. Okay guys, the moment of truth has arrived. I've got a little amp standing over here with no power. Get some power to it. Okay, so I'm going to turn all the pots up, and I'm going to go in the rhythm position, which should be the neck pickup. Hear that? Difference between that and this. Okay. The middle should be both, and treble should be this. So treble is bridge, middle position is both, rhythm is neck, but not bridge. Our electronics function, life is good on that deal. So that was probably about an hour for me in real time. So a couple of thoughts. So one thought is, how did it go? I think it went pretty well. Be prepared to hammer the daylights out of these things with your rubber mallet. And if the idea of hammering and potentially hitting your guitar with a rubber mallet scares you, hey, don't be scared, man. I did not yet install the pickup by way of mounting it to the body, because I still need to glue in the neck, and I don't want the pickup anywhere near in the way. So for now, I will sit it in there. I had removed the switch tip because those can break, and I don't want to accidentally sit the guitar face down and break anything. The screws for the covers on the back are really too big for the holes. They went in. These much better than these. These were very tight. And this screw right here has like it's catching my finger. It would catch your clothing. So just be aware of that. Okay? Not a big deal though. No showstoppers as far as I can tell. The other thing is that I had to kind of guess at a couple of these, and I don't think that I personally am going to do this. In fact, I know I'm not. I would never. Well, one, it doesn't. Ideally, I think this cover should fit in there. Oh, it does. Okay, it's just very snug. I'm just not going to do that, guys. I'm going to rock it like that. And I know I've got a hole there for a screw, but guess what? I don't care. I'm not going to do that to my guitar, man. That's just not the way I roll. But hey, man, you do you. Well, we have electronics. I tested, everything is good. The next step in the procedure, as it were, I've got to work on the neck, and when I've got the neck all prepared, I need to glue this in. I will do that with you in real time, maybe. And yeah, man. Well, hey guys, the electronics are installed. Life is good. By the way, I should say at this point, this goes here, in theory, and the tailpiece goes here. But the reason that I do not have those on is because they come off, and I don't want them to fall off, and one, for them to get scratched up or scratch the body any more than what I just did, putting all that together. it's a little bit of work, man. So just know if you get a kit, it may take you an hour or so to do what I did. Now you can watch Sean over Scar My Guitar. That brother put this together in 15 minutes. Ain't no joke about it. But for me, clock time, all of this that you see is probably about an hour. Some of it was I had to get tools that were across the room and other things that were my fault. But so it's a little bit of a time investment. And my switch still not as perfectly even. I'll work on that offline. I just wanted to get to where we could check electronics and be able to say everything works. So from here, we just wait for the neck to be ready, and then we will assemble this bad boy in future vids. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me, man. We're getting close. Well, as always, wherever you are in your guitar journey, I pray it's a long, smooth, safe, joy-filled ride for you, Jack. Rock on with your bad selves, everybody. We'll catch you down the road. It's a little bit rustic, but that's... I just dropped it on the floor. Let's hope I didn't break it. I guess we'll check the durability of the old Leo Jaymz guitar body. The guitar body has hit the floor. Did I break it? Did I break it? I do not look. Does not appear that I broke this thing, man. So yeah, don't worry. We'll edit that out. We don't edit anything out. Nope, guys. We don't edit anything out at Ted Talks Guitars and Life, particularly not the boneheadedness, the tomfoolery, or the mistakes. This guitar was just dropped on the ground and she is completely intact. I am not promising you, should you drop your guitar body on the ground, it will not break, but this one seems to be just fine. So